Hi, Taurus. All right, welcome to this space. If you're new here, it's called Opal Oracle. I'm Raaji. If you are returning, hi. Okay, so we're in Libra season, so it's about love and art and relationships and contracts with other people, rewriting those contracts, renewing our vows, stating vows, making decisions, preparing for the winter. Okay, check. Got it. It's peacetime for you right now, Taurus. Remember, for the next year, it's this card, for the next year, there's going to be lots of expansion with you. Because it's you, it's so personal to you. This also, I heard, piggybacks on the benefit of where you have expanded in and of yourself, like made space internally for, in ways of, say, where you've gained insight, right? And again, cleared out old things, learned to be as kind to yourself as you are to others. But because it's kicking in on you, which I think is just a small kick in the ass, it's not a big, huge boot, it's just a playful tap on the ass. I actually saw someone go like this, where they're like, boop, boop, you like kick your leg backwards and when you're standing side by side. But again, because this is you, your first house, this is gonna kick into where you live. Home is gonna be important and change and expand, and things will go in and out. There's rearrangement there. This has a lot to do with other people all across the board. And then of course your occupation. How I heard how and where you show up in the world. Okay. If someone's quietly contemplating or has been quietly contemplating isolation, yes, it's like someone's been quietly contemplating who they are in private. If you haven't given that much time lately, you really want to, because Jupiter, the way that it's aspecting you, wants to, I think this has to do with what we talked about last month in the September readings, where it's just like you taking up this position. It's a leadership position. It's a position of authority. It's, but not in the sense where it drains you. It tests you in your, because really you learn to test yourself. But because with Jupiter, when we know what we want or what we are trying to attain in ourselves, with others, in relation to home and family, our work, right? These are huge. This is the cross of matter. It's so important. When we don't know what we want in relation to ourselves and these points, particularly ourselves, then Jupiter will just, because it's double mutable, it'll just kind of, it'll still expand it, but it won't be, you could kind of waste the energy. And I don't feel like you want to do that, because to me, the reason why they say Taurus is slow, one of my perspectives on it, is because you're a big animal, and so the energy of you naturally is to be determined and steady and slow and steady wins the race. And then I saw something wiggle, and then a person decided, oh, okay, that this is where there's going to be more space, or this is where I want to be. That would be a good place. So again, going over the definition of yourself could be very, very helpful, because you're prepping for something pretty big. I really feel like you're prepping for something big. Just a minute. If you're creative, particularly I'm seeing creative folks, like this is organizing something about that. Maybe minimizing in a way. Making, I guess that goes into that making space. Just a second. I want to choose a Nishadadara card for you. 18, 19. I just put these in order. I guess I could do it again. But I'm just going to pick like this. Taurus. Maybe, oh. Not yet. Too simple. Taurus. Okay. Vishaka. It's the Star of Purpose. The card that comes after that, which is where the moon will move after this, is the Star of Success. Anuradha. Okay, so this is the power to achieve many things in life. This connects to Jupiter as well as Venus and Mars. So some of you, this has a lot to do with love. For others of you, you could also harness this in a way like steer, instead of the bull being in the front with the farmer, it was like someone on the horse. So this could also be romantic. Let's read Vishaka. What is it, number 16? It's between 20 degrees Libra and 3 degrees Scorpio, so maybe you want to check where, if you have any stars there. It kind of is represented by two branches. You know, where 2 points come together. But it's hard because to achieve this purpose, to achieve the power of achievement in this life, it has an undercurrent of an outcast energy. So it may be, some of you maybe need to accept more of yourself as you are, and maybe reel in. Right, because Libra, the other Venus, talked about this, where we've already gone about life in two extremes, right? Super passive, and then the times where it's the other side of that, right? We can't control ourselves. So it's something about finding the middle ground. And I guess right now you're kind of walking a little bit, it may feel like you're walking a little bit of a tightrope, but it's not that small. You just have to stay on the path. But again, I think the path, you can either already see that the one turns into two. And for some of you that scares you, but instead of being like, which way am I going to choose when I get there? It's like, be conscious of where you are now. Because I guess it's determinative. Somebody else talked about this, about what you want, what you are aspiring for. Because when you know what that is, then Jupiter's going to create, I heard, a wind to your back that's going to help you to not even have to think too much about which path it is, because you're trusting yourself in ways of your own intuition, because you are taking up this leadership ability. You're not stopping and waiting and being like, all right, someone needs to tell me like what I need to do. I mean, if you need guidance, I do see some folks on the outskirts of that. If you looked around, maybe that's why you're supposed to take your time in between. It's like that'll give you some indication also if you need it. Or at least, again, you're not alone on this journey. Just a second. Well, this is kind of a heavy one. So it's kind of a Jupiter-Venus combination, which is an expansion of love and creativity and that which you want to be dedicated to. And then there's also a Jupiter-Mars energy. Although friends, this, how do I explain this? Well, there's an ambition to achieve a goal, right? And on the Venus side, we're looking at how one takes into account in ways of decision making others, very much so, probably first and foremost. The Mars side, or the Scorpio side of it, can become over-focused and kind of can overlook what's going on with other people around us or how our decisions affect other people. So I guess we're meant to look at that both ways. Foggy. Because this is the symbol as depicted on this card shows a triumphant archway, which is showing me like the High Priestess, the High Priest, the Four of Wands. This triumphal archway leads you toward a distant goal with the ambition to fulfill a purpose, so we can succeed and be worthy of recognition. Like for a lot of you, that recognition, although it could come from others, that's a respect thing. I can see that, but like it's also, I think, you recognizing what your own ambitions are as an individual. Again, how those connect and affect other people, and when you don't need to be so concerned with how that affects and connects with people, because you've already gone over how it does, so you don't need to be worried about how it doesn't. Does that make sense? This does talk about alcoholism, so that says that's an example of the wrong fixation. So if any of you are dealing with that, that could be something that's kind of big. And as the two branches is a fork. Again, it's a lot about choices, right? Now, the cool thing is it says we will be able to apply 100% of our willpower in pursuit of the goal. Because you do, from my experience, Taurus does achieve things greatly, but it's almost because you become obsessed with it, right? It becomes your whole world. And that's that. So it's kind of like, how do you give that also, I guess, space to breathe? Or change how it is that you are creating with it? Okay. Alright, it's not these cards. Let's use these ones. Let's see, Taurus. The tiger could also be important to maybe some of you. I know there's a lot of deities that ride tigers. Justice. Wow. I heard it's time. It's your time. You're ready. You're ready. It's like someone was waiting for the clock to... Ace of Cups. Wow. So, okay, so you hear someone's so in love with someone. And I keep seeing it. It's like, okay, your turn. Like someone was waiting in line for a really long time, and then all of a sudden you're the person that's next in line, that next to be served. And someone's so happy about that, to be in this position. Like they're overwhelmed with emotion to be in this position. I don't think that... What's the percentage of... What's that percentage? I guess at the heart of it, maybe someone's like 10% feels unworthy or not ready. Devil. Some of you are married to an alcoholic, or someone was an alcoholic in the family. I mean, I don't like it when the devil shows up. Let's see what is that about? I mean, I guess these could be the two roads where it's like, okay, justice goes... Here's you walking, Ace of Cups, right? Do. Sometimes you're crying because it's happy. Sometimes you're emotional because you're scared or sad. But either way, you're doing... I heard you're doing your best. Then you come forward and it's like, okay, you have the path of justice, which is our karmic alignment, and integrity, right? And in thinking about the long term. And then we have the devil, which has no integrity, is the opposite of our soulful alignment, and it's about the right now, right? So I guess when you get to this branch, if you will, it's this, oh my God, this is like the Venus and the Mars energy too, like Libra, Scorpio. So Venus and Mars are really important here. So this could be you and another person of the opposite sex. So I feel like when you do, this may have to do with the next month to 6 months. I guess that lines up with the eclipses. I also see January, June, and July. But either way, when you finally reach this, I heard walk with pride. Walk with pride. I guess in the way I'm seeing that word is confidence. You know, I heard you are a strong animal. Okay? But again, when you come to this fork in the road, it's going to be so easy, Taurus. You have justice again, which is, to me, a benevolent being. I mean, is there still hardship down this road? Is this road perfect? No. Justice comes when we have karma. Karma can be good, karma can be challenging. Either way, it's like Sag said, it's like we're reincarnated voluntarily to learn about these life experiences, and it's about how we negotiate, especially during difficult situations, to the wisdom that we gain so that life is easier and feels more like the Ace of Cups, right? My cup overfloweth. So again, when you get here, it's so easy. But I guess for some folks, it would be easy to take the wrong path. The devil's very tricky. You know what I mean? He's a bargainer. You know, justice is just like, yo, here's a path that's open. You can walk down here if you want to. The devil's path is like, you want to come down here, don't you? Here, hey, you want this? I got this. It's always a bargain because we have to trade to interact with that energy. Justice, on the other hand, again, is just an opening. It's free will. I mean, both are free will, but I guess you'll know the difference by bargaining. If someone's trying to bargain with you or trying to convince you, and that's why I think you need to know, especially that Jupiter through your sign. It's like, you need to know for yourself, what do you want, right? Leo is your square. It sits in your space of beginnings and endings. And I really feel like Leo and Sagittarius' reading could be helpful. You're on the same day as Sag. Interesting energy, Taurus. I heard you don't have to do difficult karma right now. It's like little simple things. And remember, when you start doing things, when you become stronger in yourself, more confident in yourself, well, I guess you need to know that that's part of your purpose. I mean, I heard you're not trying to, someone isn't trying to convince someone else about what their purpose is and that someone's supposed to agree with that. But a person knows it in and of themselves. I heard it's an internal compass. Yeah, here's the Four of Sagittarius. I guess it's that Jupiter energy. That's one of your inconjuncts, authority. The objective. Well, I guess when someone doesn't accept their own authority, someone needs to understand their own authority. When they do, and understand what authority means, because I'm also seeing where someone recognizes that, like, for instance, spiritual law will always be stronger and more pure and always versus like man's law. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like someone maybe someone has a very high spiritual authority. Or again, they understand that there's some kind of authority means I respect you. Right? They know what they respect. They know what respect is. And that's also what helps block or give indication when you get too close to the devil, you know, or you come to these forks in the road, you'll know. Right? I heard you'll know what a used shoe sale, like, you know what a used shoe salesman is. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not playing the fool. No, wisdom. And Sag had this card too. So you're supposed to lean left versus right. Or that's the way it's showing me here. Wisdom again. Because it's objective authority too. It's not subjective. So I heard it's not just a belief, it's now a knowing. Someone could have also gotten a really good handle around this shadow energy, because this is the unhelpful shadow. You know, this is pain that just like hurts. It doesn't really help. It just hurts. Or it's a way to deal with pain that, again, kind of just, I heard, enunciates the previous hurt. And so some of you could be, if you're in a stage of sobriety or you want to change something in ways of some bad habits, you also can do that at that time. At this time? At that time, okay. There could be a Libra that's very important to you, or another air sign. Justice and King of Swords to me is also very wise counsel. Like, it is objective. It's not emotional. It's not really biased. They're just getting to the facts. They're just like, no, let's cut. I heard all the fat off of that. And then I heard, what is this? Some of you are also feeling a little bit overweight. You can, some of you, I see someone like weighing something on a scale. If you want to change something, you can. Actually, Taurus usually has a little bit of a pudgy belly, right? So we're not talking about being hold on. Why am I staring at the guy? I don't want to look at him. This devil emotion. Oh, so something's tempting. Something's tempting. If somebody is sober right now, they could be very tempted to drink or do drugs. If somebody just like is naturally a codependent person or an enabling person, they could be very much like easily just slide back in there. I guess that goes, I'm going back into where it was, okay, when I make decisions, I'm making, through the Venus lens, it's like I'm making decisions in relation to other people, because of other people, for other people. You have to make sure that you use that Mars, which is your opposite energy, Scorpio, in the healthy way, which is, I heard, no thank you. And some of you have to be like, no fucking thank you. So if you're, again, trying to change that habit, you may have to be a little stronger on yourself. Or who also, I guess, puts... Well, who in the human world do you see as an authority figure that you trust their counsel? Again, even if it happens to be, sometimes Justice and the King of Swords is very to the point. They're not going to mince their words. They're going to tell you what it is because they want you to get well, you came to them with a question, so they're going to tell you clearly, right? And they want stability for you. You'd find your stability, understand your boundaries. Emotional stability, Sag had that too. I really feel like Sag's reading would be helpful. I'll try to remember to link that. Some of you could also be I could see that someone's very proud of themselves for finding their confidence. Their courage. You also have Ace of Coins on the bottom. Let's close like that. What's this? Oh, there's a gift when you choose the right path. There's a gift. It's a big gift too. This card always needs a second card. Hold on. Well, something it's self-contained. It's now self-contained. It's now self-sufficient. It is now I heard cohesive with its environment. I don't know if cohesive is right, because adhesive is a glue, right? It's not like that. It's just it works. It understands more of its environment. And I guess what it takes to be and do what you need to do to, again, achieve these things that you want to achieve in life. So it's almost as if like it's your birthday is what it feels like direction. I mean, technically it's been about 6 months since your birthday also, right? So I mean, I guess you could go over what's been going on the last 6 months. Where are you now? Libra talked more about timing if you want to go there again. The other Venus. Yeah, there she is. I feel like most of you would be very beneficial to be in a relationship, and like a one-on-one relationship. Romantically even could be very important. I could also see this as ways of business, but it's a contractual. Again, it's a marriage of something. Maybe that's actually part of the path, is that some of you find your person and then that is what dictates the path a little bit. Or for some of you, it's about putting your career in order, then making independent decisions, then you find that kind of energy. I guess it depends, again, on what you're wanting. Because Justice, again, is taking things seriously. Devil's like, whatever. You know, he's like, yeah, stick your hand in that crocodile's mouth, sure. Right? Caution. I don't think so. I don't think so. So this is just someone, again, plainly using their wisdom on like what is appropriate or not as well. Integrity. Absolutely. Absolutely. Integral decisions. Yes. And I guess maybe some of you are distancing yourself from people that are not making integral decisions. But it's less about what other people are doing, and it's more about at least having some kind of awareness around like what is your plan. Because we're all walking our own path, even when we walk together. Right? Interesting. The Sun, the King of Wands. I heard, remember, we don't need to keep going to the graveyard. I remember that reading. I can put myself right back in that place. So you also have the ability of teleportation right now? Hey, Spidey. Magician. Alright, I'm gonna say that's that. That feels good to me. I love you, Taurus. I like that you're getting stronger. And changing. They're fluid changes, though. You know, it's not rigid. But it does need more of your confidence. Okay. We'll take it. Love you so much. Peace out.